Religious litmus tests for holding public office are banned by the U.S. Constitution. But that didn't stop Senator Bernie Sanders last week from interrogating an executive nominee over his personally held Christian beliefs. Russ Vought, President Trump's nominee to be Deputy Director of the Office of Management and Budget, testified last week before the Senate Budget Committee. Last year, Vought wrote an article as a private citizen defending his alma mater, Wheaton College, in a controversy that emerged over doctrinal differences between Christianity and Islam. In that article, Vought expressed his mainstream Christian view that those who follow Islam will be condemned for rejecting Jesus. Fast forward to last week, when Sanders took issue with that article in Vought's confirmation hearing.
You wrote, Muslims do not simply have a deficient theology. They do not know God because they have rejected Jesus Christ, his son, and they stand condemned. End of quote. Do you believe that statement is Islamophobic?
Vought gave an earnest and civil answer, yet Sanders seemed fixated on the doctrinal question at hand. Here's how the exchange ended.
Senator, I wrote a post based on being a Christian and attending a Christian school that has a statement of faith that speaks clearly with regard to the centrality of Jesus Christ in salvation.
I would simply say, Mr. Chairman, that this nominee is really not someone who is what this country is supposed to be about.
Not what this country is supposed to be about? This is a stunning display of ignorance on the part of Sanders. Ignorance of the Constitution, of the American tradition, and of what religion is actually about. Let's break it down. First, Sanders' theological line of questioning shows a disregard for Article 6 of the Constitution, which states that no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. Sanders is flirting with religious test territory here. He's basically saying that if you believe in hell, you have no business holding public office in this country. But consider this too. Sanders' view would exclude over half of Americans from serving in public office. A 2014 Pew Research study found that 58% of Americans surveyed hold some kind of belief in hell. That's an awful lot of people to purge from the public square. Does it sound like actual tolerance? The bottom line is this. Sanders' questioning is an unveiled attack on religious liberty. Just look at the statement Sanders released on Thursday. He said, quote, "In a democratic society founded on the principle of religious freedom, we can all disagree over issues, but racism and bigotry, condemning an entire group of people because of their faith, cannot be part of any public policy," end quote. This is a stab at the heart of religious liberty. Sanders seems to be saying that public officials should have religious freedom unless they believe something that's bigoted. But who gets to define what beliefs are bigoted? Bernie Sanders? All Americans should be grateful for religious liberty. It's too bad Sanders doesn't seem to be.